You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, cleaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. Had to convince my friends this time. Think you're toxic to my mind, but I know they don't know what you're all about. The way you hold my body tight, staying up talking through the night. Yeah, I know they just don't. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. I need more of. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing.
Don't need your pity, don't need anything from you. You made me someone I'm not. You made me realize what I got. Don't want your sympathy, your eyes so full of tears. I got my friends who got my back, so don't pretend you're all I have. You can't come crawling back here no more. First you love me, then leave me, then say you're lost without me. I found myself without you, I'm sure. Look at me now, I survived, so don't you worry about me. 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 Ooh, baby, don't need you to love me, so you shouldn't worry. Hey, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. I'm living it up, I'm taking it high, yeah, I'm living it up. Without you, ooh, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. Come get your clothes and all the stuff you left behind. Don't want it lying all around, don't want a thing here to remind me of your presence, cause I'm much better without. No need for memories at all, I'm done erasing you, my love. You can't come crawling back here no more. First you love me, then leave me, then say you're lost without me. I found myself without you, I'm sure. Look at me now, I survived, so don't you worry about me. Ooh, baby, don't need you to love me, so you shouldn't worry. Hey, hey, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. I'm living it up, I'm taking it high, yeah, I'm living it up without you. Ooh, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, baby, don't need you to love me, so you shouldn't worry. Hey, hey, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. I'm living it up, I'm taking it high, yeah, I'm living it up without you. Ooh, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. Oh.
I know that I should keep it cool, babe. Not lose my swag and play the fool, babe. Just play the game and hold on, maybe. But I'm done with the waiting, done with the waiting. I'm done with playing nice. Now look me in the eyes. Tell me, tell me, tell me what you see inside. Not gonna ask you twice. Not looking for your lies. Tell me, do you wanna go? Do you wanna go? Do you wanna go? Do you wanna go? Those who wanna play by the rules and a blast with nothing to obtain. So let's level up to remain. 'Cause I'm done with the waiting, done with the waiting. I'm done with playing nice. Now look me in the eyes. Tell me, tell me what you see inside. Not gonna ask you twice. Not looking for your lies. Tell me, do you wanna go? 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 I'm riding the wave tonight. Gonna try it while the world's bright. Got room for one if that's alright. That's alright. Do you wanna go? 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 I can't just call you when the moon is rising. I'm craving every moment with you. I can't just need you when the tides are turning. I cherish every second with you. I've got to hold on to your heart
was about to start singing, but you don't want me to sing. Let me tell you, you don't want me to sing. What is going on, my friends? How's it going? We got some new people in the house, I think. We got some new people this week. So hello. If you're new here, say that you're new. Maybe it's the first time you're catching me live. Maybe it's the first time ever seeing anything from me. If that's the case, I'd love to know that you are new because I would like to get to know you. So tell me that you're new and tell me what you do, right? All right, my friends, we are going to do our marketing chit chat, weekly chit chat, and of course, Q&A. So if you have any questions for me, go ahead and post them in the comments with a Q in front of it. I will get to those questions. I have a few things I wanted to share with you guys today. Here's the deal. It is hard to keep up with social media news. I don't know about you guys. I find it very difficult to keep up with all the things happening. So I will say this. I like to subscribe to certain people to stay up to date. And I know sometimes when I ask this question, I'll say, hey, how do you guys stay up to date with what's going on in the world? And some of you say, you, which is like, thank you. But at the same time, pressure. There's so much that is always being updated. Personally, I like to get emails from Social Media Examiner. I like Social Media Examiner, Social Media News Today, Social Chefs from my friend Christian. I can never say his last name. So Social Chefs. He has a podcast called Social Chatter, and they do a live show as well, and it's awesome. They're always bleeding edge with stuff. So definitely wanted to make sure I gave them a quick pitch. So for sure. Oh, Cynthia's in the house. Hello, Cynthia with Purgatory Paranormal of New York over on YouTube. Denise is back. Denise, I saw your note that you're going to be testing StreamYard today, which is freaking amazing and wonderful. And what a great time for me to say, yo, this particular live broadcast is actually powered by StreamYard. So I am using StreamYard to create this live broadcast for you to stream to you. We are multi-streaming on my YouTube channel, inside of my Facebook group, DIY Marketing with Melanie, and of course, on my Facebook page at Melanie Diane. Now, multi-streaming is a wonderful thing because I'm allowed to reach all these different audiences. We have people on Facebook, we have people over on YouTube, and everybody gets to watch where they prefer to hang out and watch. And when I use an application like StreamYard, it allows me to do just that in multi-stream. So it allows me to bring up custom overlays, swap out the logo, put my own logo in there, right? It lets me pitch a couple things like saying, if you're not part of my Facebook community, you should totally join us over there. So all you have to do is search DIY Marketing with Melanie, and you will find the free community of other people who are doing their own marketing DIY style. So join us. Now, again, using StreamYard to power this stream, I'm also using OBS to control my camera angle, which is how I had that transparent countdown timer in there. There's a whole video on my YouTube channel where I went live and I talked about how I did that. Also popping music into the stream using the Wavelink software, which is the software that comes with my Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Now, after the show, I will be sure to put links to those things in the description so you can check those items out for yourself, right? Now, I'm excited that Denise is going to give StreamYard a try. I'm a big believer in StreamYard. Love it. Laura says, Social Chefs is so good. It really is really good. So for sure. Repeat those, please. So Social Media Examiner, definitely subscribe to them. I like getting updates from them. Social Media News Today is another one. And then Social Chefs. Very difficult to say. I dare y'all to say it 3 times really fast sitting at your phone or computer. Social Chefs, Social Chefs, Social. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say, as hard as Christian's last name. So go check those out for sure. I really like those guys and what they do over there. So, okay. I see we got a couple questions. Andrea is new. She says, I've been following for a while. I'm the one who is using live stream to share kayak safety information. You're the bomb. Awesome. Yes. I think, Andrea, don't you have a YouTube channel if I'm not mistaken? So yeah, welcome. My name is Melanie Diane Howell, and I like to help you get yourself out there using social media, specifically live video, because I do think it is the most authentic, raw way and the fastest way for your audience to get to know you and for you to get to know your audience, like PokeGal, whose name is Ariana, which I know because of all my live videos. So welcome, Ariana. Glad that you're here today for sure. Okay. All right. So get your questions. Go ahead and post those questions in the comments with a Q in front of them. I wanted to share a few things with you guys that I think are just super cool. That's kind of happening. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys about is, so Canva We all love Canva, right? Canva's an amazing tool. Listen, if you're not an active, here's one thing about Canva. Here's my beef with Canva. I don't think they do a good enough job of telling us about what's changing. I actually happen to be a certified Canva creative, and even sometimes all of us, the CCCs as we call ourselves, even sometimes we are literally like, oh, I found this feature in Canva, didn't know it existed, just happened to find it. So I wish they had a little bit of a better system. I think they're constantly updating stuff. I do think that they probably could do a better job of making announcements. But interestingly enough, what I wanted to point out was that Canva, if you're not using Canva to create presentations, then it's something I think that you should look into. So obviously we have PowerPoint, we have Keynote, we have Google Slides. Well, Canva's presentations feature, I think, is one of the most overlooked functions of Canva. People use it to design social media graphics, videos. Video creation's amazing. I love using Canva to create videos. But presentations is also another really great feature. And I can tell just by the templates that are getting added and the updates they're making to the presentations piece that they are definitely focused on this. I think that a lot of teachers use Canva, a lot of course creators use Canva, lots of people use Canva. And I do truly believe that they have received so many requests to add extra features to the presentations aspect that they're responding. So if you use Canva, then I want you to get into the presentations tab and I want you to play around a little bit. So let me just see if I can, I'm trying to like work with, making some adjustments to my stuff here. So let me see here. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I can't show you everything I'm working on, right? So I have to hide stuff sometimes. Okay, so let me pull this up. I'm going to share my screen because the beautiful application of StreamYard makes this so easy to do. All right, so here we have Canva. Now so if you go up here, you'll see these different little prompts. One of the best things about Canva, of course, is also how you get inspiration. So if you're not one of those really super creative from scratch people like me, then you can get inspiration by perusing through the different designs and you will check it out. So Erica James is here. Hello, hello, hello. She says, I used Canva presentation on my live stream last night. Yes, there's so many cool things, but they're making animated presentations for you. Look at this talking presentation. You can actually, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually record. So maybe you've heard of Loom, right? I personally talk about Screencast-O-Matic. These are things that allow you to share your screen, but also talk and record yourself while you're sharing your screen. So Loom is very popular for people to do these like voiceover sort of slide presentations. You can do the same in Canva now. What? Maybe you didn't even know that, right? It's really pretty incredible. Let's see, mobile first presentation. This is something that's also new. They're trying to make these mobile friendly presentations. So this is something if you might send something off, because you can send a link to somebody. So you can design a presentation and you can actually send a link, which will then allow them to go through the design, so if you wanted to like have a sales deck, a proposal, and you wanted to make it really nice, you can actually design that with Canva and send this link to your client or your prospective client. And most people are looking at stuff on their mobile phones now. Maybe you're texting it to them, right? Maybe you're using a messaging app. You can create a mobile friendly presentation and design it that way. So that's a new kind of thing that I thought was interesting. And then they have, I don't know what brainstorm presentation is actually now that I see this. I think it's just different layouts for different things. So here you go. And they come with all these different slides and templates and all these things, right? It's pretty fun. I think this is something that you'd have to make sure you check out. Now, here's something else. Let me go back to, let's find a better template, right? Let me see here. Templates. Let's just do this one because it's easy, right? Hey, what's going on, right? Now, you guys, there are shortcuts. Now, I don't even know all the shortcuts. Yeah, so Erica, see, again, you guys, you have to really sometimes play with these applications to even know what they're capable of. For example, did you know that there are shortcuts? So if I go to presentation mode, right up here, present, now I'm in presentation mode, okay? If you go down here to record, oh, no, wait, that's not it. Where is it? I forget where the record. I think it's a different button. But watch this. I'm in presentation mode. If I hit, there's certain shortcuts that you can hit. If I wanted to time something, then I could time something. So for example, maybe I was doing a Q&A or something like that. If you hit the number pad, let's say number 9. Oh my goodness, what is that right there? What? Yeah, you could be presenting and do like a live Q&A or starting soon. Also an interesting way for you to just maybe do a countdown if you wanted to. This is an easy way to do it. The only thing is you can't customize any of this right here. Now, if you wanted to go 1 minute, you just hit the 1 key. So this is pretty fun, don't you think? So if you wanted to do 5 minutes, 5 minutes, right? But I love it when it gets down to 60 seconds. As you saw, if you look here, it is like the little thing kind of gets lower. The water gets lower and lower and lower. I thought that was actually super fun and super cute. Now, where would you use this? Why would you use it? As I mentioned, maybe you want to do a presentation and you want to go through some things, but maybe you have like a rapid fire, or like I said, starting soon, or Q&A, question and answer. I've got 5 minutes, so we'll do Q&A. There's the ducky. There went the ducky. Now, you can't customize the colors or the size. You can't reposition this as of right now. Who knows? Maybe they'll change that. Now, let's get out of here. I think if I click that, yep. Now, a couple other short little keys. You just have to play with this stuff. If you hit the Q, it brings up this like quiet please thing. I'm not really sure why or how you would use that. Again, I think that's for teachers. But there's a couple of other ones. B will blur out the slide, okay? And then you just hit the key again to take it away. I can't remember. I think there's one that's O. I think O is one. Yeah, O brings up bubbles, which again, cute, probably more for like, teachers, just to add some fun stuff to it. There's different shortcuts that do different things. I feel like, hold on. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. There was another one. Literally, I'm like hitting all the keys on my keypad. So there you go. Now you see a couple things in Canva. Now, again, pay attention because I am finding that they are continuing to add things. I know also that they're making it easier for us to add different things to our audio. They're pushing audio quite a bit lately, videos and stuff like that. But they also have animated graphics. Now, you can also go here, let's say, to graphics. And then if you go to stickers, there it is, sorry, stickers. All of these are animated. Now, you could add these things to your designs, but you can also do something like, let me do this. One of the things you could do is, see if you go into full present mode and you wanted to like do something fun, whatever, then you could have this up while you're streaming, right? So you could be streaming and using this. So people ask me all the time, I want to make animations. I want to bring animations into my streams, or I want to add graphics or fun stuff, flashy things, right? You could just use Canva, create a few, presentation slides. And like, let's say this said winner. It might say winner instead. Here I am talking to you saying, wow, what's going on, right? Like, I mean, this is a very simple, easy way to do it. You don't have to be a whiz with technology. You just have to be willing to play around with stuff and try new things. So consider the presentations piece of Canva, because again, you can go into that full presentation mode, and then of course you can go back and forth between your slides, which that's a terrible slide. But I mean, what if I did this? Oh, and we have a countdown going on there too while we're at it, right? So again, I just wanted to kind of show you a couple things just to point out, like, there's a lot of really cool things you can try out. I mean, just don't be afraid to, like, you have to kind of think outside the box of what the tools are used for, right? So I just wanted to show you that. I wanted to show you the presentations and those little shortcuts are in there. Here's the thing. As I said, I like to tune into my buddy Christian with Social Chefs because he does a really great job of showing us all these things and these updates as they come out. So if you guys aren't subscribed over to Christian's stuff, definitely check it out. So there was a really cool, he's got all these updates. There's stuff that's how I learn about half the things going on. But I also was watching this episode of Social Chefs, and they were talking about Canva presentations and these different shortcuts. So I was like, I'm a certified Canva creative, and I had no freaking clue. Like, no clue. Now, there are other shortcuts with Canva, but you can Google that, and especially if you're on Pinterest or anything, if you just Google Canva shortcuts, you'll actually find quite a few resources out there of people sharing all those fun things. So, yes, John Pullum is here. Hello, John. How are you? we just had a lot of fun. I was sharing some Canva things that I just feel like people aren't really sure about. So definitely wanted to check that out. So, okay, let me see here. Okay. Oh, Crystal says the chart features is super cool. You input the percentages and it changes the chart for you. Yeah. So there are charts. You can actually make charts and diagrams inside Canva too. They added that, I want to say last summer, but again, it's one of those things that I think people don't realize it's there. And so they just don't know, right? They just aren't aware of that. So wanted to share that with you guys for sure. Now, something else. Let's get a little techie, right? Let's get techie today. I want to make sure though. Okay. Crystal, your question, Crystal has a question. I see it and I'm going to make sure I come back to it. And if I need you to repost it, I'm going to need you to repost it. I don't think I will. Sometimes the comments, if you have a ton of comments, they eventually kind of go away in the thing. Okay, now let's see. What was I going to talk about next? Oh yeah. Who here might be using the Yeti Nano microphone? We have the Yeti Nano. This guy right here. This thing. It's the small Yeti. It's a miniature Yeti. It's the Yeti Micro. No, it's called the Yeti Nano. So I wanted to point this out. I don't know if you guys saw, if you probably didn't, but I took over the Live Streaming Pros live stream on Friday and I shared this with that group and nobody really seemed to know about it. So I thought, well, I better make sure I tell my audience about it. So I'm going to do a demo for you guys, but I'm going to show it to you first. La 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 la. Okay. Let me open this app up. All right. So we have, if you have a Yeti microphone, okay. Okay. So Denise says, nope, looked at it, but I ended up buying the Audio Technica mic. Totally fine. This is really for sure. People have Yeti microphones and a lot of people, the Yetis get a bad rap. I've used the Yeti for years. And I thought it was completely fine. And I never had one person tell me my audio didn't sound good. In fact, I got lots of compliments on my audio. However, the Yetis do get a bad rap sometimes, but I always say, I think it's just because people aren't using it properly. Also, different microphones have different pickup patterns with our voice patterns. So deep voiced people, the people with really deep voices, they might need to use a different type of microphone than somebody with a medium type of voice like myself. High pitched voices is going to pick up differently, right? So Yeti Nano, okay? If you have a Yeti or a Yeti Nano, you need to make sure you have the Blue Sherpa app downloaded onto your computer. So what am I talking about? I am talking about the Blue Sherpa app, right? Oh, Future Cars Man of Life. I didn't know until the last minute. I promise. I didn't know until the last minute. It was kind of a last minute thing. And I just was like, I wanted to focus on delivering amazing content and I didn't want to promote it too harshly. So, okay, you can watch the replay though. Go to Live Streaming Pros and you can watch the replay. We had a lot of fun. Okay, lots of great questions came through that stream. So here is the Blue Sherpa app, okay? So the Blue Sherpa app is going to allow you to it's going to allow you to register your Yeti microphones, but also, which you can see here that it's registered, but it's also going to help you keep and ensure that your firmware is updated. So firmware is the like hardware of your microphone. Cameras, everything has firmware and software. So the firmware is important because sometimes they push a firmware update, which will improve the performance of the hardware. And so this is one of the easiest ways for you to make sure that you keep it updated. Now, this is what you'll see as well. You can also adjust settings for your microphone. If the Yeti was up, you would see all the polar patterns showing up here. Now, here's what's cool. If you have a Yeti Nano, you already know that you cannot adjust the mic gain on the microphone. Now, if you have a Yeti, which is the big version of the mic, you can adjust the gain. But if you have the app, you can adjust it right here. Now, a gain is going to allow you to stand further away from the microphone, or like the higher the gain, the more it's going to pick up things. So you could be further away from your microphone. Or if you wanted to use it for podcasting, you would want to make sure you have a windscreen or a pop filter, and you could turn the gain down so you can get really, really close to the microphone and get a really clean sound. So there's that. But again, here's what I wanted to show you guys. They just came out with this Blue Voice companion app that comes with the Nano now. It does not come with the Yeti yet. It's very possible that they will actually add the support for the Yeti the regular Yeti to this. Now watch, I'm gonna switch my microphones so that you can get a real sound here. Working. It's still not working. Hold on. Let me get this fixed. Why are we not coming through? Hold on. This happened the other day. Check. There we go. I think that when I am muted before I click on this button to turn it on, it doesn't come through. But now I know. Nope. Now you can hear me. You did hear me on 2 microphones. Okay, so I muted my Elgato Wave 3, and I am talking to you through the Yeti Nano. So I know that now. So now we're good. Now we are good to go. Check. Right? Okay, yeah, there was an echo because I had both microphones on at the same time. So now you should not hear an echo at all. There should be no echo coming through. All right, so if there's still an echo, tell me. All right, so this is telling me also my lines. See how I'm hitting the orange? That means I feel like I'm loud. Now, you're not hearing it that loud. I can also turn my stream up all the way. Now, I can adjust the gain, as I mentioned earlier, so I can turn the gain way down, which means you're barely going to hear me unless I get really, really close, like this. So there's that gain adjustment, right? But here's what's crazy about this. Listen, watch this. If I enable Blue Voice, it's going to allow me to do all these different patterns, all these different settings, right? So if we go to AM radio, that probably doesn't sound very good. But if we go to broadcaster, that sounds totally different, doesn't it? So that is definitely something that I think is incredibly amazing. Master output level. Let's turn that down a hair because it looks like it is hitting the yellow in there. So I wanted to turn that down a little bit. So you have broadcaster 1, and then we have broadcaster 2, right? Classic radio voice. This is the classic radio voice. Then we have crisp and modern. Then we have FM station. That's what FM station sounds like. Here's flat. This is pretty much, as you can see here, these are flat, right? And then we have high voice loud, high voice soft, low voice loud, low voice soft, warm and vintage, right? Warm and vintage. Broadcaster 1 is probably the closest thing to what I would want you to hear. Here's what, if you have a Yeti Nano, what I would suggest you do is you get this app installed on your computer, make sure you enable Blue Voice, and then use it. Like go in and actually play around with these different voice patterns. But here's the other thing you can do. You could start with a voice pattern and then you can say, I think I want more bass in that. So you can turn the bass up right here and then you can save a new preset. So these are just places to start these little voice patterns that are kind of these presets. So how cool is that? Again, they just took a basic microphone that is cheap, $100, if I'm not mistaken, for this microphone, but they added this software to allow you to actually dial it in and make it sound better for you with some presets. So if you saw a few weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago, I was testing the newer Shure the Shure MV7, which is the USB and XLR microphone that Shure came out with. It came with an application that did something very similar, but did not have all of these different adjustments you could make. I think that this is the future of microphones right now. I think that we're going to see that these microphone companies are going to be coming out with apps. And I think that we're going to see that they want us to get the most out of them. They want us to be able to have customization because that truly is what people want. Elgato the Elgato came out with this WaveLink software to support their WaveLink or their Elgato Wave 3 and Wave 1 microphones. I can make adjustments to my microphone in here as well. I can do different things. I can do the clip guard, which keeps it where if I do get too loud, it's not going to clip at you. I can change the way it sounds with this enhanced low cut filter. I can do all kinds of different adjustments. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually continues to get enhanced as well. They are competing and they are developing software to do the competing with each other. So definitely something very cool. So if you have a Blue Yeti Nano, make sure you're utilizing this app. if you have a Yeti, then just make sure you're using the Yeti properly, but keep in touch with Blue, because they may very well, if I plugged in my Yeti right now, it would not, this right here would not be an option. It would simply just show, hey, select it. But also, this is how you keep your firmware updated on your microphone. So if you have a Blue Yeti or a Blue Yeti Nano, then definitely be on the lookout. Use this Blue Voice app, because it's a great way for you to actually make your audio sound better. So let's get out of that. We'll go ahead and we will get back to the Elgato Wave 3. Let me get this out of my face. So that is out of the way now. All right. And then the other update I wanted to say, and then I'll get to some questions, which, hello, typical Tyreek, right? Hopefully I said that correctly. That is actually one of my next updates. So I'm going to talk about, so StreamYard had their virtual summit last week, their very first virtual summit last week, and it was an amazing event. They had Seth Godin came and talked. So they have actually put up their replay videos, some of the replay videos up on their YouTube channel. So make sure you go check out the StreamYard YouTube channel, because it's pretty awesome. There's some great content that was there. Really, really good stuff. Seth Godin's talk was really great. But StreamYard made an announcement about a big feature upgrade that's coming out this summer. And it's really, I don't know if I would call it a feature. It's a whole new category of stuff. They are going to be developing what's called StreamYard Teams. And what StreamYard Teams is, it's going to allow multiple people to manage and work in one StreamYard account. So one of the differences about StreamYard, so for example, okay, I'll give you an example. Last week, Friday, I went live on Live Streaming Pro's channels. And for me to do that, we use StreamYard. Now, normally Luria uses Ecamm with Restream, but because I'm a StreamYard user and I'm comfortable with that platform, she said, you can just log into our StreamYard account and you can just use StreamYard to go live. I was like, okay, cool. So then StreamYard doesn't use username and passwords. What they do is you have an email address attached. When you go to log in, you are going to log in and they're going to say, we're sending you a code. And so as long as you have that code, then you can get logged into that account. And so if you log out, then you have to do the code again. It takes like 3 seconds, no big deal. So if I need to like go into somebody else's StreamYard account and go live on their behalf, then I would need to be logged in as them. Now, right now, you can't have two people logged in at the same time if you wanted to, or that's one way you have a producer backstage and whatnot. However, there's still just one email account that's attached to that. A lot of people use producers. So a producer would be somebody that is not on stream with you, but they are basically monitoring comments, displaying comments, maybe helping with your run of show, which is your overlays and changing things up and sharing your screen so that you can just focus on the content and delivering versus clicking around and having to do all that stuff. So that is what a producer would do. Now, what they're doing now is they're going to create it where you can have a StreamYard Teams account and you can invite other people to be collaborators, and they're going to have different roles. So some people will have really high control, or you can just have somebody who has really minimal control, like a moderator. And so they're going to allow us to actually have multiple people on the same account. So for example, my girl, Crystal Prophet, sometimes we do stuff together, right? And the other week she was like, do you just want to run the show? And I was like, no, it's your StreamYard account. You got this. You do it. And because we were talking about doing something fun and with the countdown timer and everything else, she's like, do you just want to run that thing? And I'm like, nah, we don't have time to mess with that because I got to do the login thing and all the crazy stuff. So that would have been an opportunity where she can invite me as a collaborator on her account. And then we both have access to all the cool stuff. So this is really, really, really key for collaborations. As Laura says, she says enabling collaboration projects 100%. So actually allowing more people to come in here and like have a show with multiple people, but you could all do the same thing without having to like log in under one random email or whatnot, right? So this has been requested for a long time, and I was super excited that they were adding this. This is going to be, I think, really open the door for, again, collaboration projects. So if you have a live show you're doing with other people, or if you are a company and you have multiple people on your team helping with marketing, whatnot, and those types of things. So I just think there's a lot of opportunities that are coming. But again, this goes back to why I freaking love StreamYard, because they continue to focus on, they want to keep the application simple so that it's easy to use. They want to make sure they do not add too much complexity so that all of a sudden it becomes this tool that takes you 3 days to even figure out how to create your first live stream. That is their number one mission, is to keep it ease of use. However, they want to make sure they have features that people want. And they want to make sure they have features that allow people to create amazing shows with ease. So again, I think this is a big win for them. I'm super excited about this. They are also looking at adding a couple more things that they're working on. Some things just take longer than other things, but I was super excited. Now, the other thing that was really cool about the virtual summit was they used so StreamYard was acquired by a company called Hopin. I don't love the name, but whatever, right? Hopin is a virtual event platform, and they acquired StreamYard like last year. And this was the first time I experienced a Hopin virtual event. I thought there were different stages you could click on to attend different breakout sessions. There was networking. You could connect and direct message people. You could create your own profile, just like your own little virtual business card. It was really, really cool and really slick. But when you watch the presentations, they look just like StreamYard presentations. And so what they did is Hopin is using the StreamYard technology to do the display and to control. So very similar to how you would use StreamYard, that if you wanted to put on a large virtual event with all kinds of people, you could use Hopin. And if you're a StreamYard user, you're probably going to just be like, this is easy. It's like home for me, right? So definitely something really cool. So I personally really like it. Hopin, not humpin', Hopin. You guys are crazy. Pokegal, Ariana says, I wish StreamYard would have more layouts. There are a simple number of layouts, very similar to the other platforms that do what StreamYard does. Again, they're trying to keep it simple. They do not want it to be too difficult, but you have different layouts. So I'll just share my screen really fast to give you guys, to let you know what all we have here. So I'm going to share my screen. Here's your basic share screen layout. You also have this layout right here. And then you can also go to full screen or back to you. And if you have multiple people on, you can switch the different people as they show up. So those are the basic layouts of StreamYard. Very similar to other ones, but totally fine, right? Now, if you wanted to really customize your layouts, then you could use something like OBS, which is what I'm using, to really customize the look and feel if you wanted to. For example, I'll show you real fast. Screen share. So this is me using OBS to show you my second screen, but then here I am. So I've customized this look with an overlay, but again, definitely not very easy to use in my opinion. I personally don't prefer it, right? I don't prefer it. I don't like that particular, I don't like using that because it requires too much work. I rather just use the application that we have because it's great. So, okay, let me back up. Let me go up. Denise says I'm paused. Hopefully that's just her internet connection, maybe timing out for a hot second. Hopefully we're back. So let me go. Let me answer some questions. So let's get up. Let me see. John says, oh, hold on. Yes. Okay. So he's coming back. So he's talking about this. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt having to log in and out of people's accounts. He says, it sounds like there might be an added charge. Yes. There is likely going to be, this is going to be either a different subscription altogether, or they're going to add, some level of it to the pre-existing professional plan. I am sure that this will be an added charge, whether it be a per user that you add or whatever. Very, very common with any application where they add different features. And so, who knows, right? Now, I will say this. We're starting to see more and more platforms charging for stuff. Hootsuite has continued to make their platform more expensive. It used to be that it was like you had all these free things. Here's what I'll say. I've looked at the different platforms, and StreamYard, in my opinion, still, the free plan is the most generous out of all of them. So I do believe that you get more for your money when it comes to StreamYard. There are many, many reasons why I am partnered with StreamYard, and it's not because I was partnered and I was already all in with them before I became a partner. So it's because I truly do believe they are the best. And I still believe they are the best because I do still poke around and play with the other ones. Billy's here. Hello, Billy. Thank you for joining us. All right, let me get up and answer some questions. Crystal had a good question up top. I'm coming up to it. Okay, it was a good question. Getting there. Here we go. She says, How far in advance do you prep your live behind the scenes, banners, overlays, etc.? Right before, day before? For me, it actually just kind of depends, to be really honest with you. So sometimes there are certain shows that I help people with. I prep that stuff pretty early just because I'm able to. If you know what your show's going to be and you need to have some specific stuff like banners and things ready to go for it, it's super fast to create this stuff. So it is definitely something you could do right before you go live. But it is definitely something you can also do ahead of time. The way that StreamYard is built, at least in StreamYard, the way that it's built is you can create brand folders. So you could have a particular show type that maybe is totally one-off. Let's say you're promoting something or you're doing something in a partnership and it's kind of a one-off thing. You could start preparing that ahead of time by just creating all these assets in their own folder inside StreamYard. And so because that's one of the challenges that people say is, well, I have different shows that I do. I have to go in and update everything right before. You can actually create different brand folders and have a whole different set of colors, a whole different set of stuff. So I'll just show you really fast how quick it changes. So I'm on my weekly show right now. Now, if I toggle and go to my other company that I work with, TechWise Academy, then it's going to quickly change over to, let's see. So I'm white, right? My background is also different. So let me show you what the background looks like. Hold on. Nope, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I will. So let me do the share screen. Share screen, add to stream. So as you can see up here, the background's different. Now, if I toggle really quickly and go to another one I do, ECI Social Media Group, look how fast it changes. It also changed back to minimal because that's where it was set, right? So if you go to DIY, then you're going to be in my other show. I am literally just with one click, it's changing the branding that fast. Demo brand. Totally change the colors, change the background. So you can actually have different show types, different things that you do, and you can actually get that stuff organized before you go live. You can plan way far in advance if you need to so that you can be less stressed before. Now, when it comes to banners and tickers, those are those carry over to all brands, but you can create folders for different folders for banners, which I think is a great way. My advice is that I would say prep as early as you can so that you're ready to go. And that time right before you go live is free for getting yourself energized for your live, but also free to come up with really cool, fun last minute ideas so that you can pivot at the last minute if you need to, right? So definitely suggest that for sure. Okay, let me keep moving here. Oops, let me get back up. There we go. Take that down. Poor Ariana. She's always got to hop in and out with her Zooms. See you later, Ariana. We'll see you next time. Okay, now let me see. Going back up. I'm going back up because I saw something from Future Cars Man Alive about the countdown. La, la, la. Here we go. Okay, he says, I'd gone back to a video about you showing us make countdown. I tried to make the same countdown you showed us in your Q&A. So I failed to that, but I realized that I could use a gradient. Yeah, there's so many different ways to make countdown timers. So I do think that gradients inside of Canva sometimes is how you actually get the colors to look the way you want. You just got to play around with stuff. That's the only way that you can really, truly get anywhere with it. I wanted to say something else. How many shows do you have? Melissa Steve Harvey of Livestream. Yeah, so here's the deal. So I am a partner. There's a company called TechWise Academy, and essentially what they do is they help kids learn how to code. And I've been friends with these guys for a long time, and a lot of the stuff they were doing was local, and I've been pushing them to try to create virtual programs. And so they brought me on the team to start helping them go into the virtual world. So we actually just started live streaming. And so Thursdays, Ryan goes live and talks about, like right now he's in a Scratch season. So they're talking about Scratch. And we have kids that join and parents, and it's for teachers, homeschool people, and kids. And so that's one of the shows that I help with. And then the ECI Social Media Group is just a local group of people where we get together and we talk about social media, and that's every third Thursday of the month. And so because I'm the StreamYard person, I produce that show and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I actually love being able to help people with their shows. In fact, once this enterprise function comes around, I want to be able to help even more people with their shows for sure. So, because sometimes it is nice to have somebody doing it for you so that you can just focus on the content. I think that actually StreamYard's working on a kind of not really a tutorial, but a YouTube video about, hey, should you have someone produce your show? And if so, what does that look like, right? How does that look? So I definitely think that it's key. It's a big deal. I think that it's something that's going to allow this enterprise thing is them responding to a big demand from their users. And I'm super excited about it. All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, if you guys have any other questions, post them in there now, forever, for now or forever, hold till next Tuesday or something like that. But I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I don't have any articles or anything to pull up to prove this or anything, but I am hearing a lot more about LinkedIn Live. I feel like they are opening up the doors again for more people to get into LinkedIn Live. I also had, I was watching somebody talking and they said that they reached out on Twitter to LinkedIn to follow up on their LinkedIn application. Because to get approved for LinkedIn Live, you have to actually apply for it. And I've applied 3 times now, and they tell you as soon as you apply, they're basically like, look, if you get approved, you'll hear from us. If you don't get approved, you're not going to hear anything. We aren't able to respond to every single person. We have, we're overwhelmed with requests or whatever. Maybe that's changed. I haven't tried to apply for a while, but it's on my list of things to do to apply again. But anyway, if you've applied, go ahead and if you've done it and haven't done it for a while, go ahead and apply again. And it basically creates a ticket. And when you go to the link, which if somebody has that link, post it in the comments. Meanwhile, I'll try to find it really fast. Apply for LinkedIn Live. There you go. We're going to find it right here. It's going to be right here. I promise you. Complete this application. Here it is. It's coming. I'm going to post the link. Come on. Better make sure that it's the right link before I click submit. So here we go. Let me just share my screen, right? So this is the application. So you just fill this application out and you have to make sure you have all this stuff. But what somebody said that there was an issue of was the URL right here was like wrong or something. Something very, very, very basic, very simple was wrong right here. And they submitted a ticket to LinkedIn and they basically said, oh, we've looked up your thing. The admin URL was wrong. Please resubmit and correct the link. So it was something that's, but they did their application and then they tweeted a direct message to LinkedIn on Twitter and they got a response. So that was the only way I've ever heard of anybody getting to talk to anybody at LinkedIn about this process. But the application is very short and very simple. So I would definitely recommend, if you've not applied to it, then definitely apply. So I just went ahead and posted the link to that will be on the YouTube and my Facebook page, but not inside of my group because you can't post comments inside. Good question coming up here. I see it's really crazy because 2 people are asking the same question at the same time practically. So Billy says, how do you kick off trolls and negative people on StreamYard? Future Cars Man Alive says, when you delete/comment, do you the host still see it deleted or edited? So I think they're basically asking the same thing. When you are in StreamYard, this is going to create major inception, so you guys are just going to have to bear with me. I will share my screen. Oops. Share screen number 1, add to stream. All right, sorry about the inception or the Hall of Mirrors effect here, but out here to the right, this is where my comments are. As long as you're in the comments tab, out here, you can't do anything with a Facebook comment. So if you look here, actually, maybe you can. I didn't think you could. Yeah, no, there's no 3 dots. See, there's no 3 dots on the Facebook comments. However, if I went to a YouTube comment, there's 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, you can put the user in timeout or you can block the user. When you block a user, it deletes the comment. I am 95% sure that when you do that, it deletes the comments that they posted. So that's how you would moderate. Now, once you do that, it goes away. You don't see it anymore. So Future Cars Man of Life is asking, when you delete it, do you as the host see it deleted or edited? you don't see it anymore. It goes away. Now, you can't do anything with Facebook comments. So if you have a troll on Facebook, right now, as of right now, Facebook has not unlocked that in their API, which means that feature does not come through to StreamYard, but YouTube has allowed that to come through. Now, that I would guess the reason why YouTube has allowed that to come through is because there are a lot more trolls and crazy people on YouTube. I'm just saying it right now. Ever since I started going live on, I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff out there. There's a lot of people putting links that are very inappropriate links. So you can actually go to your YouTube channel and, I'm going to see if I can find this link really fast because it's actually in, let me see if I can find it. So bear with me for a sec. Let me see if I can find it. You can actually go into your moderating tools in YouTube, and there is a section where you can actually add words. You can add link. You can say no links allowed. I'm looking for it. Where it'll actually, it will block things. It'll prevent things from being posted. So if there are certain words you do not want in your comments, then it will block anybody that comments with that word. Sorry, I'm looking for, I might be able to find it. It was in a chat. Oh, yes. Here it is. I just found it. Yes. I'm so glad I just found that. So this article I found, I don't even know where I found this article. It talks about this very concept. So anybody that's on YouTube, you might want to look into this. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Here we go. Add. So this article talks about this. So it's you can actually create like a blacklist. You can also do like I said, you can prevent links. I would definitely recommend it. This is actually on my to-do list of things that I want to be doing. And it tells you how to do this. So I will post this in the comments as well. But this, if you're on YouTube, you want to definitely get in here and check this. This will help those trolls and those crazy people so Facebook won't let me post this. The link goes against our community standards. I don't know why it goes against our community standards, but it does apparently. So if you're on Facebook, go to my YouTube stream and you'll find this link. So Future Cars Mayor Life says he's done that for sure. So I definitely have found that you have to be on the lookout. And the other thing I find is that when you are, you can also have moderators help you, as well. So you can, like, for example, I think Crystal jumped in one time. You can ask people to report comments for you. You can actually add any viewer as a moderator to a stream as well, which is actually pretty helpful. But what is cool about StreamYard is it does allow you to block that user from inside StreamYard. With Facebook, you can't do that right now. But again, as I said, there's just more craziness over there on YouTube, or more trolls and issues with YouTube right now than there is, in my opinion, with Facebook, period. I mean, I don't know why or how that's the case, but definitely when you go to YouTube, you'll see notifications if you have your notifications turned on. But there are comments that come through that I don't get notifications for. So I also have to go to, my channel itself and then actually go to the comments tab and look at any comments that are being posted and make sure that I'm responding and acknowledging them, but also deleting any of the ones that have that weird like .vom or whatever. Those are bad links. Those are links to very inappropriate things. So you want to make sure you're moderating, and the bigger you get, the more you go out there, the more you live stream, the more you create content, the bigger your audience gets, the more your stuff's going to get pushed out there. You may deal with more of these issues. So it's something that you don't necessarily maybe deal with at first, but as you grow, it becomes an issue. I know Crystal and I, we laugh all the time because, we sometimes you'll be talking and streaming and all of a sudden you'll see a comment and you're just like, what are they saying? And then there's times when somebody might make a comment and you're not sure if it's a troll or not. And so it throws you off. And so it is good if you're starting to see a pickup in that on your channel to ask somebody to help you moderate, either a friend or hire a moderator, like a virtual assistant to help you with that, because you want to be able to stay focused on your stream, focused on delivering great content and not having to worry about, whether or not somebody's inappropriately commenting on your stream, especially while you're live. It's not as important, obviously, when you're doing pre-recorded stuff. You can monitor that yourself. But when you're live, if all of a sudden somebody jumps in or a troll or whatever, it's like it can really throw you off while you're delivering your content. So you want to make sure that you've got that. So Denise says, I get those links on my YouTube all the time. It's so frustrating. Yeah. And I think that it has to do with content too. Like, it's like they attack certain types of channels over others. I don't know. So definitely check out that feature of YouTube where you can block certain types of words, but also there's a way you can prevent links, if I'm not mistaken, from being posted as well. So definitely check that out. Billy says, I had my first troll yesterday. Congratulations, Billy. That means you're getting somewhere, my friend. That's the way you got to look at it, right? It can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it does mean that you're getting somewhere, I guess. So that's all I can say about that. Okay, you guys, I for next week, listen, this is awesome. Next week, let me double check that. I'm like 99% sure. Yes, next week. So next week, we're going to be live again. Nope, I lied to you. It's going to be May 4th. I want you to put this on the calendar. So next week, I'll be here with you, regular time, 2 o'clock Eastern. But next week, or the week after that, May 4th, right? Star Wars Day to some of you. I'm going to have my friend Chad come on the show, and we are going to geek out with you guys. We're actually going to talk about OBS and some ways that you can use OBS in combination with StreamYard, but also other applications like Zoom and anything else that provides a video feed. So if you've heard about OBS, you've like heard that it's interesting, then you want to make sure you join us on May 4th. However, I definitely have to stream at a different time. We are likely going to be streaming at 1 o'clock Eastern time versus 2 o'clock Eastern time because I have another appointment that came up that couldn't get moved to a different time. And I want to make sure we have plenty of time to geek out with Chad and talk about OBS. And he's going to show us some really cool stuff. I actually am like, coming to this one to learn myself, right? So Chad always jumps on and sometimes he'll message me and he'll be like, hey, did you know that you could do this in OBS? Did you know you can do this? I'm like, no, I don't. You got to come show me how. So he uses OBS with StreamYard and he uses OBS with other things too. So he's kind of like an OBS wizard. And so he's going to come on and share some really cool tricks. And I told him, I said, we can't get too complicated. I don't want to go too far over these people's heads. So if you're looking at maybe adding some cool stuff like I've been doing lately, then come May 4th at 1 o'clock, we're definitely going to have Chad on the show and it's going to be really, really great. So I wanted to point that out because it's a different time than the normal time. And it'll probably be a little bit longer. Yes. So May 4th, we're going to have Chad on the show and it's going to be so fun. I'm super excited. Cynthia says trolls are pretty equal opportunity. Yeah. I mean, you're getting somewhere when you got the trolls coming at you. So I definitely think that you can, depending on how you want to look at it, you could look at it as a compliment or a sign that you're making progress. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to say goodbye for today and this week. Next week, 2 o'clock, May 4th, 1 o'clock. Okay, with special guest Chad. We're going to talk about OBS and we're going to geek out on all the fun stuff there. So, all right, I will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully you have an amazing, amazing week. And again, this stream was powered by StreamYard. That is the application of choice for me when it comes to multi-streaming and creating amazing live productions. And I would love for you to check it out. You can definitely get a free trial for the professional plan if you go to melaniediane.com/StreamYard. And if you're already on an account and you want to try a free professional plan, then just sign up again with another email and you can check it out for 14 days. You'll have a free trial of the professional plan, which gives you all the cool stuff that you see me do here today. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here. I got some stuff to go do. It's going to be a great cold day. We're supposed to get like 2 to 3 inches of snow here in Indiana. And that is Indiana for you, my friends. It is one of those things. We just got to deal with it. It's April 20th and we're going to get like snow tonight. I'm just praying that Addison does not have a 2-hour delay tomorrow because I got stuff to do in the morning. Oh my goodness. So if you're the praying type, say a prayer for little snow, no 2-hour delay. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.